motor mouth Maul sequencer. This little guy right here will get rid of your foot pedals. You can have one switch on your console to key and unkey the entire station. There are 3 relays. You can choose whether you use it in dual relay mode or 3 relay mode, depending on your needs. This will key via any configuration you can think of. Removing voltage, adding voltage. It's got an opto-isolator on it. It's totally isolated from the entire system. You can reverse or invert the switching capabilities or requirements with the dip switch on the top bottom left corner there. You can switch between 2 or 3 relay mode between that bottom switch, very, very bottom dip switch. The potentiometers that you see there at the left lower corner, the top one does the delay time between the first and second relay from milliseconds to about a half a second or a little over, maybe almost a second, I don't know. Anyway, and then the bottom one also does the same thing between relay number 2 and relay number 3. The way that works is when you key your console, you key one switch, you end up with a key and unkey. Alright, so you can see you close your amplifier first, and then the radio keys up, and then you unkey, the radio will unkey, and the amplifier will unkey. Alright, and if you had multiple amplifiers, you can hook them all up to the one relay and do whatever you want, or you can use multiple relays, different relay for each amplifier. You can have let's say you had your Johnson Viking Valiant hooked up on relay number 3, you could have your amplifier on 1 and your Dowkey relay on 2, for example. So anyway, any configuration you can think of. Now, not just RF, but audio amplifiers and preamps. When you turn your preamp on and do a amplifier that's already been powered up, you're going to get that big pop through your system. It's going to destroy your speakers. Well, this right here can fix that for you. You can make sure you turn your preamp on first, it becomes stable, and then the power amplifier turns on. And likewise, when you turn your system off, it can turn your power amplifier off first, and then turn the preamp off afterwards. So, or for headphones and SDR receivers while you're monitoring yourself. You noticed if you ever ran an SDR receiver, that when you unkey real time, when you unkey and you're listening to yourself in the SDR, you will find that you hear the last little bit of what the SDR is processing before it pops through your system. It's going to destroy your speakers. Well, this right here can fix that for you. You can make sure you turn your preamp on first, it becomes stable, and then the power amplifier turns on. And likewise, when you turn your system off, it can turn your power amplifier off first, and then turn the preamp off afterwards. So, or for headphones and SDR receivers while you're monitoring yourself. You noticed if you ever ran an SDR receiver, that when you unkey real time, when you unkey and you're listening to yourself in the SDR, you will find that you hear the last little bit of what the SDR is processing before it goes into the receive mode, or transmit mode and back to receive again. So if you don't want to hear that doubling of yourself, if you're monitoring yourself during transmit and you don't want to hear that doubling, well, you can delay that and postpone the amount of time it takes to be able to hear what's going back on again. So you don't have to hear, hello, I just got down, or whatever, I'm sure you could see what I'm talking about. Anyway, as far as the delay goes, let me show you the third relay. Where's the third relay? Let's flip that switch over here to get the third relay operational. I think I just showed you 1 and 2. Here comes 1, 2, and 3, and then 3, 2, and 1. Here it goes. All right. Now you didn't hear a big click on the third relay because there's no other amplifier or anything keyed up. It's a little click because it's just a relay. All right. And the delay, let's say we wanted 1 and 2 to key quicker. So we could move this adjustment down a little bit, and this will speed up the amount of time, reduce the amount of time between 1 and 2. All right. And then the same thing, we can make it much slower, and we can turn the amount of time between 1 and 2 to be quite long. and this will be here. All right. And conversely, you can do the same thing between relays 2 and 3. So anyway, all adjustable and very simple and extremely universal. The motor mouth Maul sequencing board.
All right, this is my sequencher here, motor mouth Maul sequencher here. He sent me for my reverse preamps. Look at there. Motor mouth Maul technology. That lets you set your driver, your big box or middle box or whatever, however you want it to be keyed up in what order and other things there. Check with Motor Mouth Maul, he'll sell you one. All right, back out.